Wow, how long has it been since I've shot outside like this? Been too long. And obviously, my house is like 90% empty. The only thing that is left is my desk and our bed to sleep on. That's it. All our stuff is now gone to where we're moving, to our own house. And so yeah, but the new studio is fantastic. New studio is fantastic. You'll see it. You'll love it. So today we are going to be doing our conjunction of Moon, Jupiter, and Ketu. And what happens when Moon, Jupiter, Ketu, the three planets are conjunct together in one house. And obviously, I'm going to pretend like this is a very close-knit conjunction, because most of you may have very loose conjunction, meaning that Moon might be at 1 degree, Jupiter might be at 20 degree, Ketu might be at 28 degree. This is kind of becomes a very loose conjunction. So the effects are not really felt as strongly. But if you do not know what kind of conjunctions you have, what degrees they're at, what house and sign they're placed in, what nakshatra they're placed in, for that check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, and Aspects at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link. So, Moon, Jupiter, and Ketu. What happens when these three planets are conjunct? Well, first of all, Moon is what? Moon is the mind. It's what makes you feel happy, makes you feel comfortable. It's how your emotions react to different things in life. Then comes Jupiter. Jupiter is this expansion, this balloon that makes things look bigger, that expands things. Jupiter is your hopes, wishes, and desires. Jupiter is your ability to feel some hope out there when there's no hope. It's optimism. Sometimes it's good optimism, sometimes it's too much optimism. And then Ketu, which kind of repel from these two things, Moon and Jupiter. It has no emotions. It does not want to expand. It simply want to be within. And it represents this, the space outside of Earth, which has no gravity. It has no good or bad. It's just one plain field that everybody's reacting to. And Ketu represents your past. Ketu represents kind of feeling isolated from all the material things in life. Ketu represents where you experience come from past life. So when these three planets are conjunct, one thing you will notice is that common theme is that this is a very spiritual thinker. This person is a very spiritual person who wants to, go live in an ashram. That's a very mundane way of looking at it. This is, if you want to define this conjunction in one word, it's a researcher. A person that wants to research. The mind that is inclined towards attaining knowledge through research. Because what is Jupiter? Jupiter is knowledge. Your philosophy, your religious books, your spiritual books that you learn and you gain wisdom from. That's Jupiter. So mind is now receiving this information. But because Ketu is there, the research, the ability to go towards researching things and learning from them becomes the theme of this conjunction. So it's not like you will find only a spiritual person with this conjunction. No, you will find people who are scientists, people who are detectives, people who are just your regular people, but simply when they think, their ability to think always is about how do I research things first. I need to look into things first before I believe in them. See, if Moon and Jupiter are conjunct, and these are the people who are very optimistic. They're like, great life coaches. They want to simply motivate other people. But when Ketu comes into play, what Ketu does, that the only way I'm going to feel optimistic about things, the only way I will feel good about these things, if I dig deep into them, if I research into them, and I find some evidence for me to believe in. And yes, in a certain sign and a nakshatra, like let's say if this conjunction occurs in the sign of Sagittarius and nakshatra of Mula. Mula is a nakshatra of what? Your roots. Understanding your roots, going beneath the surface and digging deep for your roots, which means what? Researching, going towards things that are buried underground, which is literally in astrological fundamental points, we can see this as a occult, mysticism. So we see that a person is very intuitive about digging deep into things. But if the same conjunction occurs in the sign of Libra and nakshatra of Swati, this person is simply a great business person, very independent thinker. And if they're doing some number crunching, if they're doing some sort of a business work, they will go dig deep into it and research into it and pay attention to those details. But one thing you got to understand is that Jupiter and Ketu bring very strong intuition. Now, the same conjunction can give intuition towards stock market. Same conjunction can give intuition towards finding a certain disease, like you're just close to finding that cure for cancer. And the third one would be intuition to looking into somebody's life, like a psychic, tarot, astrologer. Like somebody like, Kapiel Raaj, he looks at your chart, he's getting images, he's seeing things written on your chart. Actually, he's seeing things just written. And he's able to tell you in like no time. And especially with this conjunction, what I would definitely recommend is trying to find somebody or a guru who can help you with Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga is this yoga for Nadi. It's a Nadi yoga, meaning that it opens up the veins in your body, in your hands, in your everywhere, where you suddenly will able to feel life all around you. Meaning your intuitive power will be very strong. You will be able to see a plant and know what this plant is thinking and going through. Kriya Yoga is very, very powerful, but you should only do it with a qualified guru, somebody who has been practicing it for literally 60 years. And go to that person. And once you do this with this conjunction, it's like you got the cable box, right? You got the HD cable box. And you got the television waiting. What a guru will do will bring that high definition signal. So now you can watch everything clearly. That's what happens with this conjunction. But basically what this does is that your hopes, wishes, and desires are all about more into understanding the philosophy of life, the spiritual side of life, more than the material side of life. The hopes, wishes, and desires will do that. Even if, let's say, this occurs in a sign of, Libra, nakshatra of Swati, the ultimate desire, the hopes, your grand hope will be to attain more knowledge and to attain more wisdom in life. Okay? And also, moon represents your mother. Shows that your mother is probably a very spiritual guru. Your mother was like this spiritual guru to you because Jupiter is a guru, teacher. Ketu represents that spiritual side of life. And so when it's conjunct with your mother has a lot of wisdom in her. And you can learn a lot of things from your mother. Your mother herself could be a professor, could be a researcher, could be a scientist herself. Okay? So guys, this is my analysis of Moon Jupiter Ketu conjunction. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your conjunction is taking place, what sign, house, nakshatras, all of these place. So for that, check out the links here. And also look at the astrological report, my books, consultations. Otherwise, we'll see you probably on Saturday or something. All right? Bye-bye.